First off, I just want to say, Teddy, this is awesome. This is a very professional and exciting event to be at. I really like the format, and I really like your flexibility and how this has moved forward. So my name is Xavier Hawk. I'm going to talk to you about PermaCredits, which are Bitcoin 2.0. It's called the local currency for the global permaculture movement. This is an eco-village that I founded in North Carolina that runs off of cryptocurrency, and that was what brought me into Bitcoin in 2012. In the permaculture world, people are looking for alternative currencies, and we were looking for something that would work on the development that we live at. So I came and presented in Miami about eco-developments and how permaculture and Bitcoin go hand in hand, and I'm going to show you a little bit about that. But first, I want to tell you about PermaCredits really quickly. It's the first DAC, or DAO. It's the first decentralized autonomous corporation, collective, coherence, or organization. The people who hold credits, the people who purchase credits with Bitcoin, end up making all of the decisions, including the inflationary, deflationary rate, and the issuance. So it's the first organization and the first coin or first currency that you all decide how it's going to be issued and how many. So it's first Bitcoin 2.0 multi-market use case. As you'll see, what we do is we fund triple bottom line businesses around the planet that will produce profits, take care of the planet, and take care of the people involved. It creates an ethos behind the currency, and what happens is that when those businesses are starting to make profits, they do a network surplus and purchase Bitcoin with them, send them back into a centralized wallet that splits them amongst all of the PermaCredits holders. So this is the only coin that also pays you. So like I said, it's the only currency whose issuance is determined by decentralized democratic consensus on a program that we are creating and has already been created, but we are retrofitting to this purpose so that it includes a wallet and also bounties and being able to issue and accept bounties. So like I said, it's the only other coin that funds businesses, brick and mortar businesses. There are some that are coming out that are going to be doing that and some that already are. I believe Zenith Coin is one of these exploratories that is with us in this Bitcoin 2.0 space. And it's the only currency that pays you. So it's built on Counterparty, which is the first to market Bitcoin 2.0 platform. I mean, there is Mastercoin and all of these other ones have gotten started, but we actually have a wallet now. And when I gave my presentation at the Bitcoin conference, the developer, Xnova, actually came up on stage for the first time, and they're going public, and so it's a really exciting. This is what the wallet, counter wallet looks like, and you can see that these are the asset classes. And this is another screenshot. I'm going to go through this because this is the video for PermaCredits.
PermaCredits, local currency for the global permaculture movement. PermaCredits are the world's first asset-backed decentralized cryptocurrency. They are backed by permaculture. And because it is backed by the hard work and ingenuity of the people, projects, and developments behind it, it grows in value. PermaCredits do some awesome things. They pay rent and membership fees at our network of eco-villages, eco-developments, and permaculture institutes. They pay for retreats, rentals, vegetables, and more. They represent your stake in the developments, and they let you invest in permaculture no matter where you are. You can easily sell them on the open market. We pay people with them. We use them for voting. And because they are built on the same blockchain platform that powers the cryptocurrency world, we can use them as an automated, open-sourced balance sheet and ledger where everyone can see what projects are being worked on and how they are being run. And they will automatically pay out profits to our members in the network. So join us in transforming our world with a triple bottom line of profits, people, and planet. Join the revolution and invest in a brighter, more balanced world of profits and permaculture with PermaCredits.
Does anybody know what permaculture is? How many people? All right. Excellent. That's great. Yeah, what I've found is I've become the permaculture guy at the Bitcoin currency conferences, at the crypto conferences, and the Bitcoin guy at the permaculture conferences. I spoke out in LA, and I put this in front of a lot of the big names in permaculture, Jeff Lawton, Jack Spirko, Mark Shepard, and they're all really down with this because they understand that this is a local currency. So permaculture is a method for super efficient, high-yield, low-input agriculture at its most basic, okay? And community is already appreciating and looking for alternative currencies and ready for a currency that will increase the user adoption of Bitcoin. The reason why is because local currencies move 7 times faster than other currencies. And the idea of getting off the dollar and the war machine is a big mover for everybody. So what we're going to be doing is actually increase the user adoption, because the world of permaculture, like I said, is ready for this because they're early adopters, they're passionate risk takers, creative, disruptive, all of the same things that we are in the world of Bitcoin. They are to agriculture as Bitcoin is to finance. So when you buy PermaCredits, the Bitcoin raise goes directly to brick and mortar, triple bottom line permaculture-based businesses. As they make profits, like I said earlier, they share that network profit into the system, into the ecosystem, and everybody who has PermaCredits gets Bitcoin. And we social engineer the surplus sharing. There's collective intelligence of the community. So when we're picking projects, the way it works is this. You buy a credit, you have a project that you want to fund. You bring it in, you put it to a vote, we have a systematized business plan and strategy. So it's like, here's the pro forma, here's the video, here's the business plan. We systematize it so that it's easy to plug into and put your business into that. It comes into the ecosystem, you start talking about it in one of the network chat rooms, and then everybody looks at it, votes on it, gives you ideas. So we're crowdsourcing solutions and crowdsourcing intel and crowdsourcing basically the whole system. So what ends up happening is that you come in with a product or a business or some kind of triple bottom line project, and you might not have thought about something, and somebody's like, hey, did you know you could stack this function and make some more profit on top of it? Or, hey, I don't think that's going to work. Well, why not? So you have a discussion, and it produces the highest quality product that we can. So it's also a currency for upward class migrations and the ethical value of the currency. So when you take a dollar and you've got the Inuit coeptus and all of the other different occult symbols that they put on it, and we go and feed a war machine that is destroying, enslaving, and creating debt, rather than that, we're creating a system where the currency is supporting actively businesses that are going to create a better planet for everybody involved. Higher quality food, education, all of the systems and values that we all appreciate, any sane human would appreciate. So of course you can use them as currency at any of our locations, and that means all of the businesses that are funded through the system, but also the businesses that we go to and say, hey, you should accept credits. It goes seamlessly into fiat, and we have ways to do that so that you don't even have to touch the credits if you don't want to, just like Coinbase. Okay, so we are using the higher functions of Bitcoin. When Satoshi wrote the first white paper, it was about he's like, this is about currency, right? We're going to focus on this, but that's not really what the paper was about. He talked about the liberation of mankind in the financial system so that we can get rid of all of the intermediaries, so we can get rid of all of these things. But the higher functions allow us to do things like split network sharing, like taking votes, like being an open ledger blockchain, so that every record is there. So what we're doing is we're opening the capability of money, or what we call money, and we are making it so that there are higher functions in our value exchange. And what that's going to do is for each human is do the same thing in the ways that we interact and the values that we interact with. So it's an investment, it's a value exchange, global ledger, votes, and it creates a local vibe. Okay? So essentially what we are doing is we are saying, I have the same values as you. No longer are we separated by geographies. We're separated by nothing. We have an a system as easy as email to interact and change value, and that is going to do so much for the ethics, ethos, and values that we all want to share. Okay? So there's no CEO to this. I'm not going to be running this organization. I'm setting it up in such a way that it will run itself on a DAO. So the decentralized governance app is the way we do that. Once you buy credits with Bitcoin, then you get an access to the app, and then you become part of the ecosystem. And you're going to be alongside luminaries, you're going to be alongside business people, investors, very smart folks, agriculturalists, people who are disruptive. It's going to be a community of like-minded folks who are all going to be putting their efforts into one singular direction, which is something that has not happened on a mass scale on this planet, separated by borders and nations. This is something that breaks all of that down. So you get to choose the projects that are going to fund, you get to choose the council members, you get to vote on the issuance amounts, and you get to issue and collect smart contract bounties. So I'm going to skip through this because this was the presentation for the Bitcoin conference, and I had 30 minutes. We're going to keep this short. Okay, so unlike Bitcoin, who had to bootstrap the network, we can grow it with dedicated marketing and sales teams. We can actually hire people and pay bounties for people to grow the network. So like I said, seamless integration with fiat. We're in talks with some of the biggest exchanges, and I'm not just talking about the cryptocurrency exchanges, but we've got an exchange that wants to do credits for fiat, which is a really exciting development. I said that. This is the nation of humanity is like a tree. Civilization, we're reaching to the highest heights of all of the 21st century breakneck speed technologies that we can, but we have to base this on an ancient indigenous wisdom traditions like gifting circles, like living in balance with the world, like living in balance with the ecosystems that sustain us. And all of the businesses that we fund do that and make a ridiculous amount of money. And we're not just talking about businesses here in the States or in the developed countries. We're talking about being able to leverage the value of Bitcoin and take it to countries that don't have that or don't have very much economics or stable economics and give them opportunities to create businesses and create livelihood and create a better planet. So it's a way for people to invest in and support projects that make money, create surplus, heal the planet, and take care of the people. You can do this from anywhere without knowing how to farm. So if you just believe in a better planet, this is a way for you to get involved and have a stake. Have a stake in a value system, have a stake in something that you believe in, have a stake in a better planet. Because we're actively creating that by funding people who are smart, intelligent, and doing the same things that we're doing and focused on all of their different things. We're creating the framework, and that's why the coin has the symbol of the seed of life. It's both the seed of a new civilization that we are starting, where we are coherent human beings working together in unison for the dreams that we all aspire to take care of the 7 generations further out from us. And it's also represents the 7 tenets of permaculture, and also the 7 nations, and also the 7 directions. So how do they work? Twice a year on the solstice, we issue new PermaCredits. How many issued are decided by the collective of all of the folks involved in the DAO. What happens is, let's say we have $3 million worth of projects that need to be funded. For the first issuance, let's say we do $1 per 1 credit, okay? So that's 3 million credits that go out on the market. By the time we do the second issuance, 6 months later, let's say the credits are $5, right? And we're doing 5 million worth of projects. At that point, it's only 1 million that go out into the market. So what happens is everybody decides how many coins are going to be issued based upon the price of them and how many projects we can do. Thank you so much. So here's that example. One issuance, 3 million at $1, then you issue 3 million of them. Second issuance is there's 5 million worth of projects at $5, so it's 1 million issuing. So it goes on, and it either inflates or deflates. Let's say that there's a $10 million cloud forest project in Guatemala that is going to pay subsidies back to the project $2 million a year through government assistance and government subsidies, right? So that becomes profit that goes back into the system. Well, maybe we want to issue 10 million. Do we want to put that many currency into the market? How much are they valued at? This is the only currency where the community decides whether there's 21 million, 48 million, or infinite amount, right? And eventually, it could even be that if there are so many credits or so many Bitcoins coming back into the system from all the businesses that are funded, that might be enough to fund the next round rather than having to issue more. So it's really up to the community on how that happens. I can't stress how important it is that a financial system is truly in the hands of the people and able to change with them, okay? So with the help of an expert council, that basically I don't want to bog you down with details, but when you bring a project in, you bring it in, everybody decides up or down vote, yes, we think this is good, then a project lead or a council member decides to sponsor it. They become the consultant for it. They get paid in PermaCredits by the PermaCredits Foundation, and then end up having or the PermaCredits wallet, which is all smart contracts, by the way. There's if this, then this. So when a project gets voted up and then gets picked by a council member, if this, then they go into the queue and then they get funded. Nobody touches the money. There's nobody in control, and there's no way to have one bottleneck for it. So we're building a network of profitable businesses, and everyone who has credits benefits from the system. And for the first issuance, there's going to be perhaps an eco-village, but we know we're going to have spin farms. There's a fellow named Curtis Stone who does these really amazing urban farms, and he turns over $200,000 a year in people's backyards selling to restaurants, and with a $7,000 investment. So being able to do stuff like that and maximize his ability and replicate, he's already ready to go. And then we've also got a young fellow out of Ojai that we are talking with who has an app called PermaCities, which is where you get to game New York. You design New York to make it a green city. Okay, so we're doing this for iOS and Android, and that's going to be another business that's funded. So it's a triple bottom line is the thing. Permaculture is the thing, which is permanent culture. And that's what we are about. So you buy them at their lowest price at the first launch. You have your business, eco-development, resort, or farm start accepting them. You start a permaculture-based business in our network and get funded. You buy them at a premium on the open market, or you work at an eco-development permaculture institute in the network and get paid in them. I want to stress to you what a great reception we're receiving in the world of permaculture, because they've been looking for a solution like this. And not only a solution like this, but a solution that really stands for the values that we all live in. So the trends of the past, my box, fast cars, fancy watches, nice shoes. The trends of the future are going to be vegetables. You'll be hard-pressed to get an orange in 10 years. Clean water, of course. So these are case studies, but he gave me 5 minutes, and I don't want to go through this and take up all of y'all's time. These are use case studies, and if you want to hear about them, come speak to me afterwards. PermaCredits.com is the site, and we are in talks right now to be based out of Switzerland, because the coin's ready, the currency is ready, I just can't sell them to you. I can't trade them in Bitcoin until we are lawyered up, but we have to meet certain regulations, and to do so, we have to be in Switzerland. So there you go. Thank you very much for your time. My name is Xavier Hawk, PermaCredits.com. I'll be out there talking with you, anybody answering questions. Thanks, Terry. I appreciate it.